There we are, from the studios of Staten Island Community Television. You're
Crack
watching
it, do it
In the
again.
Bleachers, the TV show for the world's most passionate sports fans.
Really passionate?
Yes, really passionate.
You mean in sports and in lovemaking like I do with all the women in the world? Because you keep on telling me that nothing. What happened to the music? For God's sakes, what happened to the music?
They already played the music.
What
Anyway.
happened to the mic? I can't even hear music.
You need to get
forget the
closer
mic.
to your microphone.
Oh, okay. Look at you.
They can barely hear you.
Rumble, double R again, using hand signals once again. Yes, she knows I like it that way. Yeah. Hey,
Anyway,
okay.
he's Hector and I'm Jamie. You know you know the entire
The
drill.
hardest, baddest, sexiest man on cable access TV. Yours truly. Hey, what is
And
this?
we're going back to our roots, which means we're going to be playing a little bit of music while we're doing our show today.
And we got a chair dance.
So right now, you're listening to Cypress Hill doing their very rather infamous hit, Insane in the Membrane.
And there goes VG, think lovely herself.
Yeah, our friend Veronica Gonzalez was on the other side of the glass, along with your friend and my friend, Rosie.
VG's my friend. I was the one that introduced you to this place.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah,
Anyway, Veronica, Rosanna, and also Rob. Well, Rob is kind of sort of on the other side of the glass, although he's double dipping right now because he's here and he's next door helping to produce a music show that's going to be taking place in about an hour.
Let's talk about the swimming for a minute because this is very important.
All right, let's
lower it down a bit.
Let's quickly go to what's going on in the high school circuit over here, specifically what's going on in girls swimming. First off, this is in the Catholic leagues. Notre Dame Academy wound up winning 86-74 over McClancy, and it was Ryan Christie who wound up being the star of the team by winning the 200 medley relay, that is, the 50 free and the 200 free relay. Also, I see St. Joseph Hill won. 93
by the Hill, they're normally good too.
St. Joseph Hill wound up winning 93-69 over St. Joseph by the Sea.
By the Sea normally is good, but
and it was
that's
Mia.
Catholic.
Yeah, that's also the Catholic League. It was Mia Flagiello who wound up winning the 100-meter backstroke, and she also won the 200-meter medley and the 400 freestyle relays. And also, St. John's Villa also won.
Wow.
68-42 over Zavarian in Brooklyn.
Good.
And it was Gabrielle Piccolo and Kate Elias who wound up leading the way for Villa.
That's good, though. You know, that's good to know about Staten Island. But what is this?
We actually have some news in cross-country racing.
Might as well. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right?
Yep.
Yep. Oh, I got to tell you
What's
afterwards. I got to tell you something
All right.
afterwards.
Well, let's see what's going on in cross-country. It was Gianpaul Caccia. He races for the New York Athletic Club.
Damn, I give you credit. You know how to pronounce names.
Yep. And
even when you're sober.
also, Chris Galimano, who represents the Staten Island Athletic Club. They wound up winning at the fourth annual USATF New York Open, which took place at Fresh Kills.
Is that who I think it is?
Yes, that is who I think. That is who you think it is.
Is that sir?
That's him.
That is Mr. David Marcus. Thank you very much. Oh,
Yep, our dear friend David.
That big David, big Dallas Cowboy fan.
Big Cowboy fan. We're going to be talking about the Cowboys in a bit.
Yes, exactly.
By the way, before we do that, let me give a quick shout out to our mutual friend David Marcus.
Yes.
A guy who's done 2 decades.
Yes.
Of volunteer work here at CTV.
Yes.
He's been the consummate professional.
Yes.
He's been one of the guys who's taught me everything that I know about how to run the equipment here at the station.
Yes, and he's smarter than ever, and he does what he has to
Brilliant
do.
guy.
Brilliant guy. You know, once in a while grumpy, but you know he's a good guy. I mean, once you get to know him, he really is a nice guy though. He will give you the shirt off his back. But
Yep.
It all his pet, but if you rub him the wrong way, like everybody else, you won't get no milk. But you know what? I got to tell you something. I wanted to tell you. Go! And do you know why I'm saying that?
Actually, I do.
Because of the New York Cosmos winning the trophy.
That's in the that's in the North American Soccer League.
Yes.
The New York Cosmos, not to be confused with the old Cosmos from back in the 70s and 80s.
Cabañas, Pelé.
Yep, this is the modern day version of the Cosmos, which plays in a more minor league type level of the North American Soccer League. The Cosmos actually won their league recently.
Yeah, and that's a good thing.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
Speaking of soccer.
Oh, fencing? Was that what I'm saying? Fencing?
Hey, Ro, I think that might be the audio from the video of that
Good God.
that song. I think you might want to turn it down a little bit.
I'm telling you, it's like crack committee all over.
You mentioned soccer though, but
Yeah.
just last week they had a big World Cup qualifying match that took place in Ohio.
Right.
And it turned out to be United States and Mexico.
Wow.
And it was Mexico that beat the Americans on American soil again. The final score was 2-1, and everyone in Mexico is doing cartwheels
Now let
right
me
now.
ask you this. Do you think, whenever you're ready, Double R? Okay, don't worry, we'll tell you. This is a live show, don't worry. No, what I'm trying to say is, do you think that beating Americans in soccer is such a big deal?
Yes.
Why? We're not a good soccer team. We're not a very good soccer team.
The rivalry between Mexico and the United States specifically is really bitter.
Now, if it was baseball, now American football, if we had played Mexico in American football, I think we'd win.
I think that goes without saying.
Yeah. If we play in baseball, I don't know who'd win.
That would be tough, though. It depends on pitching.
Even though they do have the U.S. team, the USA team baseball thing.
They are going to have the World Cup of baseball in the spring.
Yeah.
When spring training takes place.
Hopefully Derek Jeter will come out or A-Rod.
That ship sailed a long time ago. But I do know that there have been a couple of Americans who've decided to declare their availability for Team USA at the World Cup in March.
Yes, who is that?
One of them is going to be Jonathan Lucroy, who last played catcher for the Rangers.
Right.
And the other...
Oh, Jesus.
I think Ryan Zimmerman from the Nationals also declared his availability to play for Team USA as well.
Wow, no. What's the Run DMC?
Yeah, that's it's tricky.
Yeah, it's tricky. It is tricky because when you come... Now, did you know that Bartolo Colon signed a 1-year contract with the Atlanta Braves? Everybody's dumping on the Mets all of a sudden.
It's suddenly turned into the Atlanta Mets right now because not only did Colon go to the Braves, so did R.A. Dickey. He left Toronto to get a deal with the Braves as well.
Oh, wow. But everybody's leaving the Mets all of a sudden. What's going on there?
Well, not everybody. Although there's a strong possibility that another high-profile guy might leave the Mets too. Yoenis Cespedes.
Did he? Because he was supposed to declare at 5 o'clock today.
Yeah. He turned down the qualifying offer. He actually could have made more money this year than last year, but he turned it down.
Because it was only for 1 year.
It was only for 1 year.
That's why.
But I know Neil Walker definitely accepted his qualifying offer.
Right.
So the Mets are all set at second base next year.
And now, is he any good?
Oh, yeah. When he's 100% healthy, he's a very good defensive shortstop, decent power, good run producer, but most importantly, the Mets got him to play solid defense at second. And he had a really good year before he got hurt. He had about 20 home runs.
Ready? Quick run, yay or nay, or good or bad?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, what is this?
That's Fight the Power.
Yes! Fight the power at CTV. That's right, baby. The higher-ups. Fight the power. I got my lawyers too, baby. That's right.
Oh, my goodness.
1989. We got to fight the power. No, but what I wanted to tell you was besides Bartolo Colon, catcher, good or bad? Are they in good shape or bad shape?
They actually got better this year because with Travis d'Arnaud coming back healthy, he was able to turn in a little bit of a solid job.
Okay, third base, good or bad? Good or bad?
If David Wright comes back from his neck surgery, it has the potential to be much better.
Okay, shortstop?
Depends on what happens with the kid that they had is Dribble Cabrera. If he decides to come back, they'll be really, really solid. If not, they might go with either Wilmer Flores or maybe even one of the kids that they have in the minor leagues, either Gavin Caccini or maybe even Matt Reynolds.
Who would you go with?
Cabrera played really good last year. I would probably give him at least another year.
And then Flores probably coming in as a backup.
As a backup,
right?
yeah.
All right, first base, Lucas Duda. Should you move David Wright to first and get rid of Duda?
No. You can't put a square peg in a round hole. I'd be much better off with Lucas Duda as the first baseman.
He's scary because his hitting is
he could be streaky, though.
Yeah.
He could be really streaky.
Okay, right field. Are we covered? Are the Mets covered in right?
It depends on what happens with Cespedes. If Cespedes decides to leave, then they're going to have a really big hole. It's going to be Curtis Granderson and maybe Michael Conforto. It's going to be Granderson, Michael Conforto, and after that, who are they going to have at right field?
What's his name? Wasn't they?
Jay Bruce.
Yeah, they weren't they?
I know Bruce had his contract picked up,
right?
But now I'm hearing rumors of a Jay Bruce to the Blue Jays trade rumor.
Yeah.
Because Edwin Encarnacion and Jose Bautista decided not to take their qualifying offers, so they're going to be free agents.
Yeah. Even though a lot of people want to move to Toronto, but the money's not good over there.
Yeah.
But everybody, ladies and gentlemen, but. Okay, so center field, we're okay?
Right field, center field is going to be a question mark because if Cespedes decides not to come back, they're going to have a major weakness there.
Right.
Granderson, I think, still gives them a little bit of power. There were times when he slumped really, really badly last year. His average was barely 200.
And
left field, they're going to be okay with Michael Conforto. He has a chance to be a really good player.
They're pitching up or down with what they're doing?
They're actually deep. Starting pitching, they're going to be really deep because you figure Matt Harvey, Zach Wheeler.
He's coming back.
Both of them are supposed to be back from major surgery. Jacob deGrom is coming back from a surgery. Steven Matz is supposed to be coming back from surgery. Right now, Noah Syndergaard is the stud that's coming out of that rotation. And you also consider they had two really good role players in their rotation. They had Seth Lugo and also Robert Gesellman, who had really, really good starts for them. So you figure they're going to be 7 deep in their starting rotation. The bullpen could be a little bit of a weakness because they had major problems holding leads last year.
Right. Okay.
Although I wouldn't worry about Jody Familia because Jody Familia came on really strong last year. I'm worried about his domestic violence case. He's already pleaded not guilty. So there's the matter of whether they're even going to take this thing to court or not.
Well, if they do, whatever it is, it's in court. It stays in court. You know, even though it does affect people, you know, whatever the case may be, it still affects people. But what I want to know is, should we do the Yankees right quick like this?
Yeah, really quickly.
Catcher.
They're going to be really, really good.
They're too deep.
Yeah.
They're too deep.
And it's not just Gary Sanchez either. There's also the matter of Brian McCann.
Exactly, with McCann as a backup.
Yep. Although in my eyes, they might make Brian McCann the everyday designated hitter if he does not get traded.
Right.
Because there's still rumors of him going back to the Braves.
Okay, third base.
Third base.
Oh, wait. Which one is this?
That's Baby Got Back.
Okay, who's got back there? VG and Double R, they're twerking. Very good. Both women are twerking. Very good. And Double R is really twerking. All right. Okay. All right. The video game queen is twerking.
Oh
good,
my
very good.
God! To be a fly on the wall for that.
Okay.
Oh my damn.
Okay. Can we keep this serious for one moment, please? Good God! Am I the only sane
I
one
wish
here?
I had my camera phone on that right
This
now.
is the saddest thing. This is the saddest thing when I'm the only sane one here. This is so sad. But you know what?
I think the ladies even made Rob blush.
Oh, Rob is back there. Oh, no wonder he hasn't. No wonder Rob hasn't left.
I hope you didn't hurt your back.
Oh, boy. No wonder Rob is still staying. No.
You don't look it though.
Jamie, no wonder Rob is staying because he's not jumping ship like he normally does. Reed G's asking Double R if she's okay. Okay,
This is the best show we've ever had.
exactly. Well, let me ask you, third base.
Third base, they're going to be really set with Chase Headley.
Okay, shortstop.
Shortstop and second base, they were really strong defensively
So they are
last year.
they're 1-2.
A great
1-2
double
punch.
play combo.
Okay, and who were there? Who were they?
Didi Gregorius at short, Starlin Castro at second.
Okay.
They're gonna be really
First
strong.
base.
First base, Mark Teixeira retired, so now it's a matter of whether Greg Bird is going to be the everyday first baseman,
Right.
and he's already started playing in the Arizona Fall League, and he's
Okay.
looking really strong right now.
Okay.
So there's a strong possibility he's going to be the first baseman next year.
And outfield?
Outfield, it's going to be Gardner, if he does not get traded, because there's still rumors about him.
Right.
Jacoby Ellsbury, and
That's
that makes
another guy that they
two,
may trade.
Possibly. Although he's got a lot of mileage on his contract, though. He's got 4 more years to go.
Right.
You have really good speed in left and center field. Right field, Aaron Judge.
Okay.
Could this be the time that we see Aaron Judge play every day in right field? You have a strong possibility that you're going to be seeing a lot of youth in at least,
Utes.
yeah, or as
Youths.
they said in my cousin Vinny, youths. You're going to be seeing a lot of young guys in at least 7 out of the 9 positions that they're going
Now,
to be playing.
pitching.
Pitching is going to be a problem.
Wait, Double R's favorite song, her milkshakes. BG, your milkshakes is the best in the yard. Is your
You
milkshake?
know,
No, not your back. Your milkshakes. Your milkshakes. Your milkshake is the best in the yard. I don't know who the milkshakes is the best in the yard. But yeah, I see it. Yeah, but I
yeah,
said.
yeah.
Shit.
Oh
That's
my
it.
God!
Yeah, baby. That's right. What's up?
Milkshake.
Oh, no, we not.
And baby got back and we got milkshake. Good God Almighty. They're not even concentrating on the music. Ladies and gentlemen, this show has gone off the hook.
Goodness.
You're never going to have this much fun ever again. You know that, right? So, how about third base? How about.
Come on, ready, ready? Can we?
Oh, no.
Oh, no way to trust that. Hey, bye. We come back in your show.
Now, now you know. Now you know people are gonna go. Things are gonna get really hot. in
Jennifer
here.
just sent me a text message right now.
What is she saying? Let me see.
She had an OMG moment.
Oh my God. And they were supposed to show their milkshakes. That's the problem. Now baby got back as their milkshakes, ladies and gentlemen. That's my problem. They're not
She's
listening
saying,
to the
get
music.
that off the air.
So Jamie.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
let me
yeah,
ask you,
Dios mío.
how's the outfield going? The outfield okay? Is the outfield okay?
2/3 of the outfield is going to be fine. It's just a matter of who's going to be the right fielder. Is it going to be Aaron Judge, or is it going to be maybe a platoon? Judge and possibly Aaron Hicks? We'll
Right.
never know. Although I would much rather have Aaron Judge play every day in right field.
Now, pitching-
Don't forget Tyler Austin, though.
Right.
He could probably play either left or center in the event that Ellsbury
He'll
or
platoon. He could platoon.
possibly
Pitching?
starting pitching is going to be a big time problem. Big problem. After Masahiro Tanaka, Michael Pineda was a complete flop last year.
Right.
After that, CC Sabathia is a free agent.
Right.
So you're going to have 3 open spots in the starting rotation for next year.
Right.
And there's still the matter of closer. Is it going to be Dylan Betances, or are the Yankees going to explore bringing back Aroldis Chapman?
I think I'd bring back Chapman. I
He
would.
electrified the fans when he was
If
the
you
closer
could-
last
If
year.
you can bring back Chapman, that would be fantastic. Because
Yeah.
that would, you see, if you get people that want to play here,
Mm-hmm.
then it's a whole thing. So now, bench per bench, Mets bench, Yankee bench.
Yankee bench is really thin right now.
Yankee bench is thin.
Really thin.
Met bench.
The Met bench actually has a little bit more production.
Now let me ask you. Now the teams that are making big, because I've seen a lot of things going out there, with Mets and so forth. How are the teams holding up? What's the biggest thing right now?
Right
going
now,
out there
the biggest thing is
in
seeing the
baseball?
Braves sign the two old geezers, R.A. Dickey and Bartolo Colon, to contracts.
but
they
those-
just made the pitching staff a lot older, but they're going to be a lot better. Plus, the Phillies made the trade to get Howie Kendrick from the Dodgers, so they
Yeah.
have their infield solidified.
So what in the American League? Any big thing going on?
Nothing yet, although they did name the Rookie of the Year. They just started giving out the postseason
Yeah,
awards
that's
today.
right, that's
Corey
right, that's
Seager of the
right.
Dodgers
Right.
became the Rookie of the Year in the National League. Do you know the Dodgers have 17 Rookies of the Year in their franchise history?
Wow.
And
Wow.
you know who started this whole thing, right?
Who?
Jackie Robinson.
And do you know something about Jackie Robinson that I think I'm not sure if I'm going to misquote this or something.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he was in the military, but I don't think he did the
Yes, he
national-
was in the military.
He was in the military, but I don't think he did the national anthem because he was protesting, just like Kaepernick.
Wouldn't surprise me if he did.
The problem with Kaepernick right now is, ladies and gentlemen, the problem with Kaepernick right now is the fact that, ladies and gentlemen, since we're pushing
Little salt
it,
and pepper
since we're,
for your
since
listening
we're-
pleasure.
Since we're pushing it here right now, let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you. You got what you deserve for those people that didn't vote.
Funny you mentioned you got what you deserve, because I'm
for
going
those
to
people-
expand
for-
on that a little
no,
bit.
for those people that are protesting, that are protesting but didn't vote, shame on you. You got what you deserve.
Mm-hmm.
I got what I deserved because I did what I had to do.
I think this whole country got what
I
they
hope
deserve.
there's, you know.
You ever
remember-
heard that old saying, be careful what you wish for
Yeah.
because you just might get it?
You know.
I think that applies to everyone who voted for that demon, and
No,
also for every
not-
Jets fan that wanted to see Bryce Petty at quarterback yesterday.
You know,
they got exactly what they deserved.
You know, going to Price Petty.
Hold up on Petty. He just started with his first
You want to sit down for a minute?
Come on in, Ro.
Double R, ladies and gentlemen, showing her
Our
milkshake.
dear friend Rosanna Robertson
Showing.
went from the other side of the glass to right in front of the
wait,
camera.
Wait. Let me do the introduction.
Oh, here
Let
we
me
go.
Let me do it properly. The game Facebook queen.
No.
No.
It's the smartphone game
The
queen.
smartphone game queen, showing her milkshakes and
Twerking?
the twerking
Oh,
and
wow.
her milkshake and what's that? Baby got back with VG.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That was a pleasure.
I thought you were gonna have
that
a
was
stroke.
that was hysterical.
But with Price Petty, what do you think?
It was his first game.
It was his first game,
You
but there were
gotta
times
give him,
when
you gotta give him a chance. He's
it
gotta
was
get his feet
first
wet.
game, but he had his highs and quite a bit of his lows.
What
Well,
did you-
absolutely,
what
but
did-
we've all been beginners at things for one time or another.
Exactly.
He had a
So,
chance to
give
grab
him-
that starting job by the throat, and he didn't do his job.
Well, we're gonna see what happens next go round when
How-
they decide to go with the veteran or go with him.
Now let me ask
We'll
you.
see what they're gonna do with him if they're gonna keep him for next
Let
year.
me ask you. Would you go with Petty, or would you stay with Petty and just run out the clock with him?
Well, with 7 games left in the year, actually 6 games left in the year, because there is no chance the Jets make the playoffs.
No.
now. They're
Right.
going to have to try and experiment a little bit more with Petty these last 6 games, see what kind of stuff he
Because
has.
they're not bringing back Geno Smith. They're not
No.
bringing back. They made back Fitzpatrick, but not as a starter though.
He does not want to be a backup.
He
He,
doesn't wanna be a
only
backup.
wants to be a starter, and it's not going to be with
and
the
that's
Jets.
not
I'm going to tell
happening.
you that right now.
That's not happening either.
And another
Because
thing.
remember what happened to Fitzpatrick
Yeah.
last year?
Yeah.
When he tried to go for that 3-year contract, and nobody even wanted him for 1 year. If
See?
you think about
Oh,
it.
that reminds me of David Cohn
But,
back in
you
the
know,
day when
but-
he got insulted because the Yankees had only offered him, I think it was $110,000, and he was like, no, and it was like, dude, your arm has been gone since the surgery.
Yeah.
Face reality. So I can't remember who took him after that.
I know he saw him with Boston for a year.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Then he
didn't
finished his
do
career
that
with the
good.
Mets.
I thought he finished with KC. Oh, okay. All right.
He did play a couple of times for Kansas City.
Yeah, but again, talking about the Jets, what do you do with them?
What do we do with the quarterback situation? At least give Bryce Petty another 6 games. But after what I saw yesterday, I was not impressed at all.
Nobody
Well,
was.
what do you expect? He
But
just started.
it was his very first
what do
game.
You, what do you expect if you went out there as a? I mean,
I expect him to be better than Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's for one thing.
Well, Jamie, he just started. Give him 3 games.
Give him a couple of games to pull his act together. Yeah, how many games would you give
before
somebody
you
in
go
his
and
position?
say-
I give him the last
He's
6
good.
games.
Okay, so then after the last 6 games, that's when you decide this is your quarterback.
And they
of
may
the
not even
future?
decide even right then that he's going to be the quarterback. They may explore other opportunities.
Oh, like
Tell you
bringing
one
back
thing.
bringing back Tony Romo.
Well,
Because
you're
Romo,
close.
Romo's contract's ending.
Actually, he's still under contract,
But
but he,
they
but he
may-
is he could be trade bait. But I also have another name for you, and he's definitely going to be a free agent.
Jay Cutler.
Colin Kaepernick.
Ah,
I mean, granted, he has not looked great, but there have been moments where he's made some really on-target throws, and he's got a hell of a lot more athletic ability than Ryan Fitzpatrick, Bryce Petty,
I'm
and
gonna go
Christian
out. I'll be
Hackenberg
back.
combined.
Is Rob here or is he jumping ship again?
Oh, he's here.
Hey!
I told you he's double dipping
Hey,
between here and the other studio.
Hey. Yeah, so do we. But that's okay, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that's kind of funny because we're going into a situation where the Jets are on that borderline of what do you do with them, because it's like with the Knicks. You always compare the Jets with the Knicks for some strange reason because they want to win. For instance, okay, here's a perfect example of what I mean, right? You haven't heard of James Dolan in a long time. Since Thankfully, right?
Yeah.
Because we got what we wanted. There was so many people that wanted Phil Jackson as the GM. There were some people that didn't want him. They wanted him
Because
as
he's
a
never
coach.
been a GM before.
Right. There were some people that didn't want him, and there's a lot of people that wanted him as a GM.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being said, Dolan gave the fans what he wanted. You got Jackson, you got this. The Jets are trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to give you A, I'm trying to give you B, and for some strange reason, they can't get it together.
Well,
They're not the Yankees where they.
Well,
they
it's
know how to
apples and
rebuild,
oranges,
but
first off.
How do you rebuild? Because every 3 years, it's always a mess.
you can rebuild. It can be done here. That's what the Islanders did when they first joined the NHL all those years ago. The guy that became the general manager, Bill Torrey, he insisted on going through the draft. And what happened? 4 consecutive Stanley Cups, countless players in the Hall of Fame. The coach, Al Arbor, is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Torrey himself is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It can be done. But there is zero patience in this city to allow for any front office people in any sport in this city to try and rebuild.
You're only allowed 3 years because if you figure, let's say you don't make the playoffs, you're telling people, oh, we're rebuilding the first year. The second year you make the playoffs, and the third year you don't make the playoffs.
Well,
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what's happening with the Jets right now. They're telling, saying, oh, we get rid of Todd Bowles.
that's
He
not
hasn't
that's
even
not going
started
to
yet.
solve the problem. Getting rid of Todd Bowles after just 2 years is not going to solve the problem at all. I think he does need to be a little bit more assertive because right now he's been a bit of a softie and a marshmallow in the locker room.
Well, you don't know because you're not there, but that's what.
No
that's
one
what is
knows, but
perceived.
in
That
my
is what is
eyes,
perceived.
there has to be some kind of plan in place. What should the Jets do? I think they should build through the draft because right now they're getting really old at a couple of positions. They're getting old at center, they're getting old at wide receiver, they're getting old at corner. I think they're getting old at running back as well because
Right.
even though Matt Forte had a really solid game yesterday, he's played 9 years. He's not going to get any younger. Not only that, but running backs have a really short shelf life in this sport.
The Jets now Kaepernick actually wants to play with the Jets.
I'm hearing totally different things.
No,
Does he really want to play for the Jets or not? He also said that he wanted to play for the Green Bay Packers because he was born in Wisconsin.
Would you accept him as your starting quarterback?
Of course. I'll tell you right now, talent-wise, Colin Kaepernick is 50 times the quarterback that Ryan Fitzpatrick is ever going to be. And Ryan Fitzpatrick has been in the league for 12 years. Colin Kaepernick has had the lead. It's been in the league only 6 years. I would give Kaepernick at least a 1-year deal. Prove himself. He's got to prove himself. He really has to prove himself all over again.
A guy like that, wants a 3-year deal.
He can't.
A guy like that.
After the ruckus he's caused off the field and his poor play on it, he has to prove himself.
I understand the ruckus is nothing because that's just a protest.
And I'll tell you right now, he's going to be such a lightning rod if he makes his way to the East Coast.
If he does, that's what we need. Because Rex Ryan was out there as much as he both. We need a
Rex Ryan was Greg Brady compared to Colin Kaepernick.
You know what? Exactly, but we need somebody funny and jumpy and so forth. Because
Colin Kaepernick,
for those people that
I wouldn't necessarily call him a comedian.
He's out there. No, but
he's definitely going to be out there.
But
though.
he's out there. He'll tell you the truth.
Besides, who can the Jets go to in the draft? I've
They
heard the
do
name
have
Deshaun Watson, but is he going to be available at number 1? I don't think so. At this rate, Deshaun Watson's going to be a Cleveland Brown before it's all said and done.
They're going to be top 4, top 5.
The Browns are going to
be in top 3.
As of right now, the Jets are in line to have the 5th pick in the draft.
See that already? So where can they go? They're not going to go.
I'll say this: I think there's one young man who I think the Jets should look at as a potential future quarterback.
Jump.
And this is
Cross.
yeah.
And now playing at CTV, Kid Cross.
Yeah.
With jump. No.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Mac Daddy from Criss Cross. Who? Yeah. You didn't hear? Mac Daddy passed away a couple of years ago. He had a major drug problem.
Jeez.
Daddy Mac is still around though.
Yeah, I hear you. But go ahead, continue.
The one guy that I would like to see the Jets consider as a potential quarterback, he's only a sophomore, so he's not going to be eligible for the draft until 2018. But I think he would be really good in a Jets uniform. Lamar Jackson from Louisville.
That's too far down the line.
Too far down, but
remember,
if the Jets self-destruct the rest of this season and really stink it up next year, who's to say that Lamar Jackson is not going to be the Jets starting quarterback? But that's just a pipe dream.
That's just a pipe dream.
That's just a pipe dream that I'm throwing out there.
Because their front line is decent. It's not the greatest, but their front line, they put a lot of money into the front line.
Let me tell you, the defense that they have has done all they could. Yesterday was really painful to watch if you like points being scored. But if you like defense, this was the game for the fans. But yesterday's game was 1 3 and out after another every single time.
And speaking of Islanders and Rangers, the guy that the Islanders traded to the Rangers, he's the leading scorer for the Rangers now.
Yeah, Michael Grabner. Who would have, seriously, who saw not only Michael Grabner, who had 9 goals all of last year when he played for Toronto, have the same amount of goals this year after 15 games with the Rangers? Who saw that happening, number 1? Number 2,
do you think
the Rangers are really playing great hockey
environment.
Right now.
It's just the environment. When you're in a winning environment, you get that feeling of, I can play like crap and still play good.
Yep.
Look what we do here at CTV.
Yeah. Hey, mistakes are encouraged. They're the norm around here.
Not on my show. We're the crack committee. But do you know what? Again, with the Giants,
they're playing tonight.
They're playing tonight. Hopefully they'll win.
Yeah, they have Cincinnati
at
home.
Win, but every game counts.
Every game counts from the second half of the season on.
And as long as Manny holds up and everybody in the front line, as one person was saying, I forgot which sports person was saying that the Dallas Cowboys do not want to see the Giants in the playoffs.
Well, I'll tell you right now.
Because right now the Giants, if they play the way they play, because Dallas has no defense, supposedly have no defense.
Got torched for 30 points by the Steelers yesterday.
Exactly. So
but I'll tell you what.
that was a hell of a game.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a game.
Steelers versus Cowboys.
That's always been
and
a matchup.
Patriots versus Seahawks in that Super Bowl rematch were the two best games of the entire Sunday.
Waterfalls.
Yeah.
Bye.
TLC.
All right.
Rest in peace to Left Eye.
Yeah.
Speaking
Lefty,
of
left eye, Lopez,
speaking of the
right.
Giants, you look at who they have left on their schedule. There's tonight, then they have Chicago and Cleveland, two games which they should win, in my eyes. But then the schedule gets really tough. They got Pittsburgh, Dallas, Detroit, which is very tough,
this
and
schedule?
Philadelphia. Yeah.
This is their schedule. Okay.
Yep, and then Washington. So they've got division opponents and then three teams from the AFC North and Chicago left on their schedule.
That's such a tough division as it is. That's such a clutter.
Do you know that the Eastern Division in the NFC is the only division where everyone is over 500 right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because everyone is that good.
That's why I say with the Knicks, that division, as good as players they have, they don't have monster teams. So, by all means, when I say that the Knicks can have a chance to make the playoffs, they have a chance because there's no strong team. The only strong team that you have that you could say that's a monster team is the Cavaliers.
Only Cleveland is the best team
exactly. Everybody else
in the Eastern Conference right now.
Everybody else is a throw up.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this?
And that's Gangsta's Paradise.
All right, bye.
Coolio.
And done by Stevie Wonder.
Actually,
Stevie Wonder did it first. That's
Really?
right. Yes.
I didn't know
Yes.
that.
Gangsta's Paradise.
Interesting.
Stevie Wonder first, then Coolio second, then Weird Al Yankovic third.
Yeah. Although he did Amish Paradise.
Yeah, and then they got into it and so forth. But you know, you get to learn a lot in this sports. Hopefully, am I back next Monday?
Yeah, you're definitely back next Monday.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now that we're having this much fun, I understand why you don't want the other guy.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, okay. No, that's
Besides, Eric is still hard at work with his play,
Good.
which is wait until dark.
Yes, wait until dark. Yeah, not around here. The way we've been going lately, the way it's light, dark. Jesus, you know. But going down the path, Dallas wins, beats
Pittsburgh. And I'll tell you,
Eagles versus Falcons.
Eagles versus Falcons was another good game, and the
Good
Eagles
game.
came away with a huge victory.
Redskins versus Vikings.
Big win for the Redskins. The Vikings are sorely missing Teddy Bridgewater and Adrian Peterson. Sam Bradford, I'm telling you, he was never the answer for them at quarterback, and he still isn't.
Chiefs versus Panthers. Look at that.
Chiefs took care of business, although the Panthers gave him a real problem. But the Panthers, the Jaguars, though.
The Jaguars, yes.
Was it Chiefs and Jaguars?
Yeah, Chiefs versus Panthers.
Yeah, it was Chiefs versus Panthers.
See,
Chiefs
I
came
know
away
how to
with-
read.
Chiefs came away with a very, very big win just yesterday. Just when everybody thought that maybe the Panthers were going to make a little bit of a run, the Chiefs stop them in their tracks. I think you can argue maybe the Kansas City Chiefs could be the third best team in the AFC right now, after the Patriots and the Raiders.
And the Dolphins making a surge.
The Dolphins are playing some really good football
Wow.
right now. And it's the running game and their defense that's been carrying them.
Yes, they're beating the Chargers 31-24.
Although
Texans.
yesterday
That
it
was-
took a pick six to win the game for them.
Yeah, but that Jets game was horrible. 9-6. Good God.
If you like defense, that's the game for you. But
Yeah.
if you want to see some points scored, this is not the game for you. And the Jets have next weekend off.
Yeah.
Thankfully for them.
So, Cardinals versus 49ers, that was a give me to them too.
Yeah, it didn't look good on television, although Colin Kaepernick did make some really, really good throws yesterday.
Yeah.
But the Cardinals came away with a game that they just had to have.
He makes you wonder, should the Jets go after him and just sit
I'll tell you right
around
now,
and be done with it?
the Jets would not be doing their job if they didn't
But
at
they would
least
have to
invite
give
him for an interview.
They would have to give him at least a 2 or 3 year contract. I'm telling you, they would have to give him at least a 3 year contract.
Knowing how
to
these
go and
guys
say,
work
yeah.
and how they think,
Yeah.
Naturally, he's going to want a long-term
Yeah,
deal.
yeah. Well, okay. Rams versus Jets. We've done that. Titans versus Packers. 49ers versus.
That was such a big win for the Titans yesterday. Marcus Mariota looked terrific.
And a bang. Oh, okay. Wait, the Bears. The Bears versus the Buccaneers. Oof.
All Buccaneers all the time in this one.
Jesus.
And that was a game that, quite frankly, Tampa should have won, and they did.
Yeah. Broncos versus Saints.
Big win for the Broncos yesterday.
Yeah, that's tight squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
That was.
And that Cowboy game against the Steelers, I saw the last 8 minutes of yesterday's game.
Right.
If Dak Prescott is not the Rookie of the Year, then
There's
I
a
don't know
problem.
who is.
There's a problem.
Dak Prescott right now has made the Cowboys a very, very serious contender, not just for the NFC, but probably for the Super Bowl. He has become money in the bank in big games. He has become precise with every throw that he's made. He's gotten major help from his running game. Ezekiel Elliott got a 200-yard running game yesterday. That is the quarterback, running back, superstar duo of the future.
Ravens versus the Cleveland Browns. That was a Thursday game, 7-28.
28-7.
Jesus.
A game that the Ravens, quite frankly, should have won, and they did.
You know.
Now the Browns have lost every single game this season. They're 0-10.
There's a team that's getting the number one pick.
They're definitely getting the number one pick.
At least the number 1 through 3 if they do.
Now
like
let's
the
see
NBA.
them keep the pick this time as opposed to trading down. Although at this rate, we're not really sure who's going to be coming out this year.
Yeah.
Among
that's
juniors, that is.
So did we cover the entire football schedule?
And last night, the Seahawks beat the Patriots.
Okay. Now.
Huge game that the Seahawks
Now,
won
do you-
with a goal line stand in the last seconds.
Do you know what's happening since Trump? And again, not trying to be political, but
Yeah, I know what's been
that
happening.
Donald
Protests
Trump-
all over the country.
And no, NFL in the NFL.
Yeah.
Evans
Yeah.
protesting.
Yeah.
Popovich. A lot of people, a lot of GMs are coming out and saying, the coaches, GMs, even owners are coming out and saying, wait a minute, can this affect the game?
Can this affect the game? I don't think so.
If the national anthem almost affected the game, how could this not affect the game?
Because for one, these are entertainers. And just like with people in Hollywood, they're paid to do one thing, and that's entertain. Now, just because they entertain doesn't mean that these people are robots. These guys have feelings. They have opinions, and they're going to make their opinions known.
Oh, you mean like we do
Yeah.
SCTV? Oh, okay. So I can make my
Nobody
opinion
is
known.
going
Okay.
to agree with their opinion.
That's true.
Very few people
But-
are going to agree. There are going to be some that are going to disagree more than they're going to agree, or vice versa.
So we should be able to say what we have
But
to
these
say
guys
and listen
should
to
be
it.
able to express themselves
Exactly.
as is their prerogative.
Like here.
Like here.
And hopefully somebody will listen. The problem is what you have here, and I'm trying to figure out what the Knicks and Nets are doing now because right
I know the
now,
Nets have the Clippers tonight.
The Nets have the Clippers. They've been on a pretty good streak too.
Yeah, well,
Wait a minute.
they're up and down right now. I will say this, though. At least with the Nets, with some of the young players that they have, and they got a lot of young guys, the Nets are playing really hard.
Okay, wait. Here. For those people that don't know the standings, I'm gonna read them to you right quick. It's New England 7-2, Miami 5-4.
That's the NFL standings.
Buffalo 4-5, Jets 3-7. In the South, Houston 6-3, Tennessee 5-5, Indianapolis 4-5, Jacksonville 2-7. Jamie, take it away, brother.
Yep. So
go,
you did
take it
the
away.
East Division and the South Division.
Yes, you
The
go
North
take the rest.
Division is really, really tight.
That's what she
game-
said. Oh.
The North Division is separated by a
What is
game and
she
a half.
saying?
A game and a half separates three teams right now. You have Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati. Then Cleveland brings up the rear by losing their first 10 games. And then you have the Western Division. Kansas City, Oakland, and Denver are separated by half a game. Each has won 7. Then San Diego brings up the rear. San Diego, I wouldn't count out because they've actually played some really decent football lately, although yesterday was a really disappointing loss for them.
Yeah, exactly.
NFC. Right now, the Cowboys are the best team in the NFC.
Yes, they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, but will Romo leave?
Is Tony Romo going to leave?
We'll let
He's
trade
got a
Romo to the
long-term
Jets.
contract, so
But
he's going to be
remember, he's
untradeable.
brittle. Now he's brittle. They're saying he's brittle on WFAN and so forth.
He's not going to leave. My take on it.
Mm-hmm.
What's your
they'll
take
leave-
on
they'll
it?
leave him on the sideline for the balance of the season, and then next season, because of his contract, they'll make him. No, I'm not. They'll make him some kind of an advisor.
You mean they're going to force him into retirement?
Not retirement. He's still on the payroll.
He's gonna be in the
He's
second
just not
quarterback.
He's just not throwing the ball.
Oh,
Remember,
so he's not
him
gonna
and
be.
Jerry a little tiny. Down.
Yeah, they're
Uh-huh.
tight. They're tight. He's true. David
I just wanna
Marcus.
say, that's my opinion.
That's David
So
Marcus.
nobody
Here we
call in
go.
and say anything. That's my
Call
opinion.
in. Call in. Call
Our
in.
dear
please,
friend
Mike, call
David,
in.
the
Call
Cowboy
in. We
fan,
want you
stating
to
his
call in.
opinion.
Yes.
My opinion, Dak Prescott is the man, and he should be the man.
Oh, you give him until next
And
year.
Tony
Just
Romo is
because
untradeable.
Just because he's having a good run this year doesn't mean that.
Even if they wanted to get rid of him, he's untradeable because his contract is just way too
Yeah,
big. He's
exactly.
making way too much money. So
But-
it's the Cowboys, Giants, Redskins, and Eagles in that order, all of whom are
Oh.
over 500.
Oh damn! what
And this is
this?
going back to Cali.
Oh, going back to Cali. Oh right, I'm going back to Cali.
And the South Division consists of Atlanta,
Right.
Tampa, New Orleans, and Carolina.
Right.
You have a game and 2.5 games separating first place from last place. The North Division, who saw the Detroit Lions tie for the North Division lead with Minnesota? And who saw Green Bay being a third place team in that division?
That's tough.
And then after that, you have Chicago, which is completely awful.
Chicago.
That
So-
makes up the
so
North Division in that order.
The top three worst teams are the Jets, the Chiefs.
Right now, the three worst teams in the
Browns,
entire league:
The Browns.
Browns, 49ers, Bears,
Bears.
Jets, and Jaguars.
Oh,
And for the South Division, the West Division of the
Yeah.
NFC, it's Seattle, Arizona, the Los Angeles Rams, and San Francisco in that order.
also now in NHL standings, you got Montreal with Montreal, Boston.
Yeah, Montreal's playing the best hockey right now.
That's right. Boston is in second place.
Mm-hmm.
Ottawa is in third. Tampa Bay is in fourth. Detroit fifth. Florida sixth. Toronto sixth. And last but not least, Buffalo seventh. But the scoring system, I'll never understand how they do it. You continue with the rest. I did one thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. You take the
It's
rest.
2 points
This
for
is
every
good.
win,
Yes.
1 point for every overtime loss. That's how they do the points.
Isn't that the dumbest thing?
Yes.
That is the dumbest system I've ever heard in my life.
So in the meantime,
Go
we know
ahead.
that the Metropolitan Division consists of the Rangers as the leader.
Yes.
The Rangers are 12-4 this season, and they're playing some really, really good hockey.
That's right.
They're getting balanced scoring. They're not committing any silly penalties like in the past. And Henrik Lundqvist has found the fountain of youth. He's been terrific.
Yeah.
It's the Rangers, Pittsburgh, Washington, the Devils, Columbus, Philadelphia, the Islanders, who lost a really, really disappointing game just over the weekend in Florida against the Panthers, and then the Carolina Hurricanes complete that Metropolitan Division in order. As far as the Central Division, let's go to the Western Conference.
Right.
Right now it's Chicago, Winnipeg, Minnesota, St. Louis, Dallas, Nashville, and Colorado in that order.
Right.
And the Pacific Division consists of Edmonton, San Jose, Anaheim, Los Angeles, Vancouver, Calgary, and Arizona in that order.
Wow. You know, do you have the standings for the basketball teams? Because I'm
The
trying
NBA?
Yeah, the NBA. I'm trying to find it in the news.
Let's see what we have
I'm trying
here.
to find it. Keep on talking about anything you want right now.
All right,
Because
let's do a look at the standings for the NBA
Because
right now.
Because right now, the NBA. Because oh wait a minute. Because right now, for next month, for next week is Giants versus Bears.
Yeah,
Who do you go for? Giants versus Bears.
that's a game that the Giants should win. Although the Giants have had a really bad habit of making some terrible teams look good. So at this rate, I would still say it would still be a game for the Giants to win.
Panthers versus Saints.
Panthers versus Saints. Such an important game for both teams. Two teams with really poor play defensively. I would give it to Carolina because New Orleans is god-awful defensively.
Right.
They cannot
Actually,
stop
I
anybody.
understand that. Giants, I would pick Giants. Titans, yeah, I see them. Lions versus Jaguars.
The Lions. I just think they're much better at quarterback.
Right. And Chiefs versus Bucks.
Chiefs and Buccaneers, that's a really interesting matchup. A Chiefs team that I feel is more complete in the backfield against the Buccaneers team that's really maturing a lot more, especially with Jameis Winston. I still like Kansas City, though.
Right. And, of course, we got Cowboys versus Ravens.
Very interesting game right there. A veteran Ravens team taking on a Cowboys squad, which is really shooting for the moon. They're really making a play for a championship this year.
Bengals versus Bills.
Tough game.
Yeah.
I think the Bengals are better at quarterback,
Yeah.
but I do think that the Bills' running game is much better. So I would have to give this to Cincinnati, although maybe by the nose of the football.
Steelers versus Browns. You would have to
Steelers
give us the
all
the
day,
way.
all the time.
You hope. Rams versus Dolphins. That's a tough one to call because the way the
Yeah.
Dolphins have been playing now.
Although I still say that the Dolphins are a tad better at quarterback, which is really saying a lot because Ryan Tannehill is not the answer for them. I still say
Patriots-
Miami wins it.
Patriots 49ers.
All Patriots in this game.
Seahawks versus Eagles.
Tough game. Seahawks are really strong defensively, and the Eagles have a lot going for them at quarterback and defensively too. I would give a slight edge to the Seahawks because Russell Wilson's just a tad better.
Washington versus Packers.
Green Bay's a disappointment.
Oh, this
Aaron-
is your song.
Oh, brother.
Hey, Jamie's song. Oh.
That's not my song. Anyway,
That's what we
I
used to
still
dance
say
back in the
Washington wins this one. Green Bay's been a disappointment this
day.
season.
And Raiders versus Texans.
Raiders.
Okay, there are Raiders. And you know what? You know, a lot of things are happening, even in college too. Basketball's coming
Yeah,
out.
college basketball season
Basketball.
started this past Friday.
You know, and
My
again,
St. John's Red Storm won their season opener.
Yeah, Birmingham at St. John's.
Actually, it's Binghamton. They're playing each other right now.
Yeah, go ahead. You read the schedule because this is this.
Binghamton is playing St. John's right now, and I'm going to see if I can get you a score for them right now.
Well-
They should be in the second half
Well,
right
go
now.
ahead. Read. Continue to read it.
Right now, this is teams involving Big East Conference schools.
Right.
We have the St. John's game. Villanova's playing Purdue right now. We also have Xavier hosting Buffalo.
Do you want me
and
to
Providence
continue?
is hosting Vermont.
Yeah, let me
and right
continue.
now, as expected, St. John's has a 17. It's now a 19-point lead over Binghamton. 58-39 with 12 minutes left in the
Vermont versus Purdue, UMass versus Mississippi, Howard and Marquette, East Washington at Northwestern, North Central at Ohio State, Georgia State at Auburn, Princeton at BYU, San Diego State at Gonzaga, Green Bay at Pacific, and FAU at Hawaii. Wow. Florida State at UConn, and Stanford at Texas.
game. And tomorrow in college basketball, you are going to be in for a real treat. Because Madison Square Garden has this awesome doubleheader.
Yeah.
Kentucky against Michigan State
Right.
and Duke against Kansas.
Damn, that's a good game.
Great
Now, I
doubleheader.
want to know about the standings
NBA?
of the basketball. Yeah, because I can't
Let's
find
get to the
it here.
NBA standings
Yeah,
right
by
now.
all means, because we've talked. Shorty, it's cheaper.
Yeah, that's
50
in
Cent.
the club.
Yay!
And just to give you an idea what's going on in the NBA right now in the Atlantic Division, it's the Raptors that are leading the division with a 7-2 record. Then it's the Celtics. Then it's the Brooklyn Nets, who are
That's a surprise. That
Yeah.
is a surprise so far.
They're
But
one game
again,
under 500. At least they're playing hard
They're
every
playing
single
harder.
game.
They're playing as a team. They're playing as a team.
Kenny Atkinson has got them on their toes every single time.
Now, how many games have they gotten in? About 10 or 12 so far?
They played 9 games so far. Tonight they have the Clippers in LA.
Okay.
And the Nets almost never, ever win in Los Angeles.
Okay, go ahead, continue.
Then there's the Knicks,
Knicks.
who played 9 games this year.
Right.
And of their 6 losses, 5 have been double digits.
Question: should Carmelo leave?
Should he leave? You'll miss his scoring, but you're not going to miss him disrupting the movement of the basketball. That's for sure.
Because the problem here is if you move him and you get draft picks, you better be damn good with them draft picks.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get a Porzingis every time.
No.
That's the problem. You're thinking you're going to start lightning. Now, what they have on the bench is not so bad with Willie.
Guillermo Hernan Gomez,
The
Mindaugas Kuzminskis,
yeah, they're not that bad.
Marshall Plumlee, whose numbers don't really speak for itself, but he's a dirty work kind of guy.
Exactly.
He kinda, sorta reminds me of a young Joakim Noah.
Right. O'Quinn is
Kyle O'Quinn is serviceable.
Right.
He's a big, strong guy who could take up a lot of space in the middle.
But this is the biggest team the Knicks have had in a long time. Now the problem
That you said it right there. The biggest team, which means let's see, 8 guys.
Right.
8 guys on their roster are 6'8" and above. You need some tall guys on your roster to try and at least protect the rim.
yeah, and that's
Not that they're
what
doing
they're
it
doing.
well right now,
Exactly.
but 9 games in, let's give them half the season before we actually reserve judgment on
Yeah.
them. But as of right now, it's just not looking good for them.
Yeah.
Speaking of not looking good, the Sixers are playing dreadfully.
Bro, go ahead. Would you like to chime in on this for a moment about basketball?
Well, let me
Well,
quickly
go
go
ahead,
go away.
Look-
Anyway, in the Central Division, as expected, the Cavaliers lead the division. The Bulls are actually playing decent basketball right
Right.
now. They're 2 games behind, 2.5 games behind.
Right.
Then it's the Bucks, the Pistons, and the Pacers in that order. The Southeast Division, Atlanta has really surprised me. Big time. For one, Dwight Howard's playing some good
Yeah,
basketball.
He's playing relaxed basketball.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing his basketball. I'm glad he didn't play with D'Antoni because I don't know why
Mm-hmm.
D'Antoni's such a.
The Hornets, to my surprise,
Let's go, Miss Period!
Go ahead.
the
hurry up.
Hornets are playing really good basketball right now because Kemba Walker has been their best player.
Wrong sport. We
The,
wasn't talking about that.
the Magic are treading water right now.
Right.
The Heat and the Wizards have been colossal disappointments.
Yeah, exactly. The Heat and what?
The Heat and the Washington Wizards.
What did you expect from the Heat?
Well, I expected the Heat to be better than 2-6.
Again, like you said.
As
Go
far
ahead.
as the Western Conference, the Northwest Division consists of the Jazz and the Trailblazers,
Right.
the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are holding their own without Kevin Durant. Russell Westbrook is the man now.
Yeah.
Then there's the Timberwolves and the Nuggets.
Hopefully he won't get burned out though.
Yeah.
Because he's carrying that team.
The Southwest Division consists of the Spurs playing really good basketball,
Yes.
the Rockets, the Grizzlies, the Mavericks, and the Pelicans, who are horrific. Except Anthony Davis is playing his tail off
Tail
right
off.
now.
Go ahead, you
The
gotta
Pacific
go.
Division,
Hurry up,
the
hurry
Clippers, to my surprise, are playing the best basketball right now. They have the best record in the Western Conference.
That's a tough division.
Clippers,
That's what it is.
Warriors, the Lakers. Who saw the Lakers doing what they were doing right now? Then the Kings and Suns complete the Pacific in order.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank the following people today.
We definitely like to thank Rosanna,
Double R.
Rob, also
Rob.
David, and
When he's- Rob,
Veronica,
when he-
who's on the other side of the glass.
VG when she's not butting in. When Double R when she's not doing what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And well, my name's Hector Bosa. Catch me Sundays 11 p.m. when they show my show and when I put in a show.
Yep.
So, Jamie, will I be back next Monday?
You're definitely coming back next Monday night.
Okay, because you got rid of the other guy. Okay, we're gonna.
And I did not get rid of them.
Okay,
Don't believe what you hear. Anyway, for everyone here, I'm Jamie.
I'm Hector.
Good night, everyone.
99.
I gotta put the team on my back to make sure that we win and bring it back. Now let them know you in the building. Everybody, men, women, and children. We ain't gonna do the wait no more. We gonna stop till we knock the bottom out of the floor.
From the front to the rear, we gon' make make one thing real clear. To all my people getting down right here, we gon' party like this all year.
So throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Everybody in the house, if you're ready to party, let me hear y'all say, oh, oh.